My name is Katrina, and this is our Vampire the Masquerade stream, Season 2, Episode 14, and Season 2 is titled The Tower, a City in Peril. And as per usual, I would like to introduce my players as well as their characters.
Hi, Marianne. I play Siobhan York. Price, damn it, I thought I had it. This time I did not. Still Toreador, still 10th generation. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm playing Christopher Masters, formerly Falcone, 10th generation Ventrue with a troubled brow. So much weight on him.
Yeah, heavy is the head that something in the crown and the brow and
Sure,
stuff.
Heavy as a head that one day wants to wear the crown.
Yes. And I am Örjan, and I'm playing the role of Sean Deanson, 10th generation gangrel, and I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to start calling Shiv on pork.
Pork?
It's a mixture of Price and York.
Oh no. I don't know if
I
we're
don't
like
like
it.
Christopher is all
don't
for it, but only
know.
because he wants to see Shiv punch Sean.
So, like, yeah, go for it. No, because unlike Chris, Sean actually knows a little better where her limits are, I think. Or maybe Chris just ignores it. Maybe that's it.
Quite possible.
Yeah.
Well, last time we left our players as they were making their way to the Elysium for the final goodbye to their makers. Feeling probably a little bit somber.
It's an understatement.
Yes, maybe a little bit unsure what they are going to meet at this vigil. None of them has ever gone to oh, my sire died vigil before. So this is going to be interesting for everyone involved. As I described the scene last episode, the skies are clear, the moon is very visible, and the heavens are decorated with bright stars as they from different points of the city are making their way to the Elysium. It's a crisp, cool air. As you gather there, I'm sure you all are there quite on time.
A little bit before, I think.
Well, then at
Fashionably
least everybody's a little bit early. Well, at least okay. We'll let the boys be a little bit early. We're not gonna make Sean late. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You recognize that the hidden entrance point to Elysium is not hidden now. You see different kinds of vehicles, motorbikes, neatly parked. You see what has to be ghouls and etc. are waiting outside as creatures of the night are making their way into the Elysium for this final goodbye. You see each other as you arrive quite promptly at the same time, a little bit early.
Evening, Sean.
Evening.
I'm looking around when I was standing there, looking at the cars, and I'm gonna look around and see if I can spot anyone, see if anyone's keeping any tabs on us. If there's any mysterious parked vans down the streets or any such things. We're gonna, yeah.
Well, then
Old habits die hard.
Wits investigation.
Yeah.
Have I seen...
Nah, just one success or nothing.
Have I seen the... That was the wrong die. For me, that was 4 successes to see if anything is around. But did Sean see the newspaper? And was there some pictures there of Christopher and...
No,
Miss
until
Miss
tomorrow.
what's her face
That would be hopefully the next day.
next day.
Yeah, because they just did this evening.
Still
So-
too
Yeah,
late
it
for
was
the
this evening. Yeah, of course.
Too early for the press.
Yeah, too early for the
Too
press.
early even for the late.
I
for
get
the evening
confused
edition.
by the time gap
Time
in
catch.
real life.
No. For you, Sean, you don't see anything else that really like screams surveillance or anything else. You clearly see like the entrance point into the Elysium is guarded.
Yeah.
But besides that, it doesn't seem like there are any suspicious onlookers
No.
to this event. What you do see, on the other hand, though, is Shiv. Are you in a car or are you on a motorbike?
I think we're in a car. I think we're in my car.
Aiden's car.
No, my car.
No, because you don't have that. Because
That's
Sean
still
has
in the
that.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my open roof car.
Yeah. So a cabriolet
Yeah.
rolls in.
Yeah.
Then you recognize it's Shiv driving it in as you two guys are standing outside.
I'll park it, then I'll take Trixie with me over to them, I guess.
Shiv, you even make morning look good.
Thank you.
Shiv. Walk over and I put a hand on her shoulder and then walk over to Trixie and Trix. I give her a hug. Can I give her a hug?
Oh, then she leans in. She's a hugger.
Chris, thank you.
Well,
I forgot to say thank you.
I've been to a fair few funerals in my time.
It's been a few, yeah.
This is gonna be
Second time of a parent.
yeah.
I think for me, my last one was Blake. And I look to Trixie, my little brother.
Oh, I'm sorry for you. I'm sure he's in the other place.
Well, now I have a little sister, so it's okay.
I'll try to be a good little sister, she says.
Well, at least we still all have each other.
As you stand there, you see a black car comes and out walks the sheriff, who nods.
Not back.
And this is his pretty face. Well,
Great White
pretty.
has arrived.
He nods.
I'll just do a small.
Courtesy.
He's wearing the same very long black coat, black shirt, black pants, black shoes as he enters the Elysium.
That's how we know he is the villain of the story. The black coat.
Every villain needs a black coat.
Aiden was wearing a black coat one episode.
Well, shall we?
Lead the way.
Walk towards the entrance.
As you walk towards it, you smell like the burning of incense. You hear the soft tunes of a violin playing.
I think as I heard, my knees go a little numb.
Do you walk between the boys?
Yeah,
I
think
give
I
you
think I will.
my elbow.
Yeah, I'll probably have taken it. So you probably noticed that I just kind of.
I'll be walking on the other side then, and I don't know if Trixie is walking probably not walking next to Shiv as well. So
Yeah, she's holding on to her arm.
yeah. So those ladies in the middle and then all the boys flanking.
Walk
You in
inside.
front. Sending a message.
That too.
The entire Elysium is covered in bright roses.
All out.
They haven't really decorated much more than that. The music has it clings in the echo of the walls, so it feels like almost like the vibrations of the music that it seeps through you. It's not like overpowering loud, but just because of the room and the nature of the room, the music, like it resonates in your dead husks. Inside, you see all of the members of their families. All are dressed in their best black, looking impeccable in mourning. They're standing in different groups, light talks and whispers. There's no laughter, there's no like loud conversations. There's just soft whispers and conversations just dribbling through the room and in harmony with the music. It's very unclear what you're supposed to do, because in this minute there's no pictures of them three. There's no coffins, obviously.
Is there anyone from my clan there?
Oh yes, you see them. You see Diana, and she's also veiled to them. She's dripping with deep, dark opals from her ears. A figure-hugging black dress, high collar.
Does it look like everyone's hanging out with their clan? Like, is a clan clicked?
Well, if you want to have a view of how people are standing, then I would like you to do a view, like a wits in insight, just to read the room.
Insight? Yeah, sure.
I'll jump on that one as well.
I think it's quite natural for all of us to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, only 2 successes.
4 successes.
5.
Well, for Sean, since you are clearly the most observant, it's very clear that you get an understanding of who is her mourning for which person.
Mm.
You see that the gangrel is standing there with a bruja. And they're standing a little to the side, almost like defiant, looking across the room.
Defiant looking at who?
Oh, they're looking at the vent room.
Of course. I think
They're
I
not
will stick
talking,
with
they're-
my coterie. I'm not walking towards any of the other clans. They're not my family.
And I probably turn and like tap you on the arm and look to Chris as well. I need to be with Diana right now.
Go. Speak to you later.
I would say drinks afterward, but I don't.
We don't drink
Old habits
wine.
die hard.
You see the Tremere, Hashimoto, is standing with JJ. And, oh my gosh, I forgot the name of the accountant. Burhan, Mr. Burhan.
I don't acknowledge knowing him.
No, well, you have met him before.
Yes, but I'm not paying him extra attention compared to the
Mhm.
rest. I'll just if I pass them, I'll give them a nod, but I won't engage.
You see, the Malkavian primogens are standing and talking to Alexander.
Close to Diana, far away from Diana.
Just a couple of meters. They're just having a soft conversation.
Yeah.
The Nosferatu are gathered in the group, almost viewing.
Where is the crow compared to the sheriff compared to Queen of Bones?
How they are standing.
Yeah.
Well, in the middle of the group is the Black Lily.
Of course.
Beside her is Odd Molly. Odd Molly's more walking around, like stroking her hands, looking. Just like in a little circle. You see the crow and the Queen of Bones are in conversation.
Does it seem friendly?
It seems what it seems. There's no.
Yeah.
But and no, they're not wearing their pretty faces.
No. I wasn't expected.
So it's like when you see the sheriff again, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, he is not okay.
No. We'll never get used to that sight.
No, because like when he walked in, he had like this almost glossy, cold visage, and when you see him now, it's like no, thank you. Same as like now you see the crow and like this oversized head with these weird like almost like staples, and he's like he almost always sees it's a bit drawn and almost like feather-like hair. And the Queen of Bones with no nose. And the fake metal nose. Strung up.
Ducky.
Yeah, they're extra.
Yeah, no.
Why didn't any of us pick Nosferatu as clan? Huh?
But fun as fuck. Whom you are not seeing straight away is the prince.
The Gangrel clan, they're all here?
Yep.
And they're mingled with the Brujas?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't like the Brujas. Oh, I think I'll remain in the middle of the room. Almost making that a statement.
It seems you're not the only one positioning themselves. Many have taken stands quietly, giving information about what they feel, about what has happened. Where does Christopher go? Does he go to JJ and Mr. Brown?
Yeah, I think he's gonna walk over towards them and greet them. Madeleine. Good
He's
evening.
like, Mr. Masters.
Good evening. Good evening.
Again, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you. It was so little time.
I hope the city can heal quickly from this.
So do I. I truly do. And that we all can stand together and stay strong, even despite this terrible loss.
I hope so. I hope that new seeds of prosperity and hope may grow out of this tragic event, out of the ashes, so to speak.
Well, yeah, can be willing.
Indeed.
And after that, he's gonna take a quiet position, probably towards one of the walls, so he won't have anyone behind him. And he's just gonna quietly start on one end, and he's gonna start adding up numbers like 1, 2, 3. Do a head count.
Siobhan, do you notice the gaze of the Queen of Bones?
Well, do I? Let's see if I do,
See.
because I don't know.
Bella gives you a hug.
I have 3 successes. No, I don't have 3. I have Jesus, 6 successes.
Well then, you got them.
Yeah, but sorry, you just said it was Bella. What was she doing?
She just gave you a hug and a kiss on
Okay.
the cheek.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, sweetie. It'll be over soon.
I mean, it's probably worse for the rest of you.
It's hard. She looks around and she leans in. I'm not really sure why we're here.
Is this not custom?
No.
Oh. I've gathered that you don't lose many, especially not like this.
I think it's because of the special circumstances of their deaths. I don't know. I feel nervous. And she looks over towards the Gangle and the Bruja. That makes me nervous.
Do you think they wouldn't not hear?
No,
Not tonight.
that would be insane. But the way they're looking right now, I'm not sure about anything. I'm nervous.
I get that. Let's talk more about this, but after.
Sure.
Because my head isn't quite here yet, I think.
That's fair. She lets go of you and she goes back to Diana. It's just a couple of meters.
Oh
away,
yeah,
but
because
she's
I was
whispered
on
it
my
in.
way
Yeah.
to Diana. So
Mm.
I'll probably
she's
just
like-
take her hand and then
Diana embraces you and cups your jaw as she usually does.
I'll kiss her cheeks and I'll just stand by her, like.
And then she looks curious at what you're holding in your hand.
What am I holding in my hand?
A Trixie.
Oh, of course I am. Jesus, yeah. I was about to ask you, but then, yeah.
It's like, yes, it's a curious match.
Is it?
It's just curious.
I mean, she was staying at his place long before me.
Yes. I didn't think you would adopt that stray.
I don't think I have a choice.
Just like,
And
I'm not a dog.
and I'm not the one that was adopted. I adopted her. I think it's the other way around. And I look
And
at her.
she's like, Trixie dear, I mean no offense. So, I'm not sure about that. She pouts.
Don't pay her any attention.
I won't. And then the Diana completely ignores her because clearly she deems her insignificant in her world.
Yeah. How are you tonight?
I'm doing as well as I can do when I'm being forced to do this charade.
Because what is this truly?
It's different than I thought it would be.
If this is not your custom, then
No, I thought we were having private vigils.
I
The prince
thought-
deemed it different, and what the prince wanted, prince gets.
But I mean, you can take it privately afterwards if that is your wish. If that is something you want.
Let's.
Because, yeah. I don't think any of us is getting any closure here tonight.
Whatever this is, this theater, be vigilant and keep your wits about you, child. The room bleeds information, she says, almost snarling.
I'm right here. I'm not going
And she
anywhere.
leans in. Leave your sorrow at the door. This is not what you think it is.
And in my free hand, I'll take hers and I'll just stand next to her in silence.
Chris, you see actually Sean standing by himself, not actually engaging with his clan.
Respect. In his clan, they are mingling with the Bruja.
Yeah, they're actually basically standing very tight, shoulder to shoulder, staring into the room.
That's not good. Fuck it. I'm gonna, after he's done a quick head count and try to look at like who's standing with who, he's gonna break his little idea of just being unnoticed in the corner and notice everyone else. And he's gonna walk up over and stand by Sean. Unite the houses, she said. All right, let's go for that. Let's make a statement. Put a hand on his shoulder when I get up there.
Nod. And in that total lack of communication between those two men, there is actually a lot of communication.
That's what Diana said. The room bleeds information at this moment. So I would like everyone to do a wits insight, because there's a lot of information about to go. I said like the Queen of Bones is eyeballing.
Okay. I think when we read the hunger die before, you need to actually have 2 reds for it to be.
Yeah, super.
Crit,
Yeah.
Do we super bad?
One isn't. 2 is.
Yeah, but I have 6.
Oh yeah, but that's a success.
Not red ones.
No. I only have 1 red one, so
Yeah.
I cannot.
No.
Yeah, but that's about getting massively critical, right? It's like a failure is a failure. If you don't have enough successes, it's nothing if you have enough successes to meet the roll, then it's fine.
Yeah.
But if you don't have enough successes and one of those,
Yeah.
I got 4 successes.
Same here.
Sure. 4, 4,
4.
6.
Yeah.
This is like one of those semantics when the camera pans around these large. Well, there's one massive large room with columns and lifted semicircle roofs. Well, it's the same roof, but there's several of these classic Gothic arched, like cross-beamed. So it's quite large in the center of the room. And then there's smaller ones with columns. The camera passes around these different groups and goes in and out. And there's a lot of communication happening. Siobhan, you clearly notice as a moment as these 2 boys stand shoulder to shoulder, you see the Bruja snarl.
Yeah, not happy.
And you see the primogen of the Bruja look over at the primogen, his grandsire, his elder, and almost like he's going to say something. Then your gaze is pulled towards the Nosferatu, because you see the Queen of Bones like...
When do I get my child?
Then you see Odd Molly looking at the Queen of Bones. You see her eyes tighten. And she leans in and she whispers to the sheriff.
Who does the sheriff look at when she does that?
You see he He looks at you, and then he looks at them two. You see he smiled.
I gave him no reactions.
Then again, like your gaze, you boys get also a tidbit of this, but not as textured as she gets
Of course.
it.
We get it more like the general feeling of it, but can't specify
Yeah.
it to
Yeah.
the individuals more the feel of the room
Feelings,
than the individual.
Yeah.
You see Hashimoto, the tremor. From it, he's very composed. He's always composed. You almost like see him, almost like he sighs. Like he looks down. Almost like you see shame over his face for a second. JJ, on the other hand, standing beside him, she's like, and she's looking towards another door or a hall like, further back. The camera pans around, and then we see Alexander talking to the Malkavian primogens, the two of them. And you see almost they're standing with hands crossed and like shaking their heads about something. And he's like, he's frustrated. So you see all these little tidbits of interrelation dripping in the room.
It's like the room is it just needs a spark before it explodes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Oh.
And I think
To be in a chaos.
I think
creator.
Chris and
Funny.
Sean's placement might just be that spark.
Fuck him. Chris is getting some. He's had some worries, and he's got some more.
In the same time as the camera pans around, you constantly hear the violin music. And the smell, the very like clear smell of the white roses. It's almost like the beautiful roses and the beautiful music is in such a stark contrast to the whatever potential danger of vile interactions that's now is dancing thick in the room.
Damn it! We should have more. We should have two more here. That's what I think. Is Chris was thinking. Like now you have the gang clan event through. We should have a door and Malkavian too. Then we almost had all the clans.
Yeah.
Hint. Anyway, no, but he's Chris is starting to worry about exactly what role the Bruja has played in what's transpired.
And as you think that, there goes a hush through the room and the writing stops mid-stroke. Because on top of this long podium where the primogens used to sit when they're gathered in Elysium, all of a sudden the prince stands there. Mr. Masters, hands firmly planted on top of the podium. Or what you would call it, it's not a desk, it's not a bench. Podium? Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll call it podium.
I think.
In a black suit, black tie, black shirt, looking like a king. And the room goes so quiet. You could hear a pin drop. As the camera pans around and all these undead eyes are glaring at him, wondering what comes next. And before that, we're going to have a quick break.
Of course.
Just a quick one. Just a little quick one.
Keep us on the edge of our seats.
Yeah. So, back in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Bye. Hi, and welcome back from the break. We're going to go directly into the scene where the now prince seems to wanting to give a speech in this vigil, and to the kindreds that are now gathered to mourn their lost friends and enemies. We're going to go directly to the scene as he's about to speak to the onlookers. He stands there like a king, ready to speak to his subjects. I know we are all gathered here to mourn the loss of 3 of our beloved friends and Canaanites. We're also gathered here because we are in need, desperately. We have a desperate need to be united against our enemies. This city is in peril, and our enemies look upon us like we are sick, rabid dog, like we lay there with a broken back, like we are weak, like I am weak. I am here to tell you all that we are not. And I have reached out to the Camarilla itself so that we can be strong in the coming nights. Because our enemies are at this moment even barking at our gates, ready to run us down, threatening our way of life, threatening our stability. And we will not have it. I will not have it. I know there are rumors that I am not able to keep my princedom. I am here to tell you, you are mistaken. The room shifts. There's a different energy. People are whispering. Calling Camarilla. What is he talking about? Even in this time of sorrow and grief, we must be vigilant, and we must prepare for the nights to come. I would like you all to show hospitality.
Hospitality.
No. Oh, God, that's not
Alan,
a word.
you were right. Just couldn't do
Yeah.
the word.
Hospitably. And the kindness we bestow on one another. And he reaches out like this, and 2 other kindred join him. We are not weak, we are strong. I have deemed it necessary, and so have the Camarilla, to grow our numbers. So there are no doubt who runs this city. He almost slams his fist on the podium. I run this city. And I will challenge anyone who thinks otherwise. The venture now can join into their family and clan 2 more. And I hope any thoughts of betrayal or Trojan horse mindsets are laid at rest. Now, mourn your loved ones. Keep, though, this in mind. We need to be strong together as K-Knights of the Camarilla. He turns on his heels and leaves. The other two stand beside him. I'm going to describe them. It's African-American male. Short hair in a suit. Quite like Wesley Snipey looking dude. And beside him is a female. Long, bright red hair. She's also like in a black attire, like in mourning. They nod towards you as they leave with him.
Now, whose
You
child are
being all of
those?
us, or
Hmm?
who are they nodding at? Taya?
No, they nod at the
everyone?
room.
Yeah,
They nod.
yeah.
And they walk with the prince.
Yeah.
Everybody is in shock.
Based on Chris' little head count earlier, Nosferatu is the most prosperous, the most numerous clan. That's fine. Which one would be the one with the lowest? As far as he knows, as far as he's got a. Who had the lowest
Tremere.
numbers? Yeah, except for Tremere. That's one. That hardly counts.
Now in this time, I
Bruja.
think it's
Bruja, right.
or Gangrel.
There were 3.
Two.
Two.
only
Yeah,
two.
2.
Oh, this is.
And how many went through were there before these 2 new ones?
You were JJ,
Yeah,
Mr. Bahan,
yeah,
you,
yeah,
Mr. Masters,
yeah.
no two.
You should have granted at least one Bruja as well.
Oh, he was not going to do that.
No. I can understand why. But what you should have either weeded them entirely out, or you should have lived with the danger of increasing numbers for them as well.
Oh, this is the
Poppycock.
kick in the balls to the Brujas and the Gangrels. I think there is no uniting the city now. Not like this.
You see Mr. Thompson. He just leaves. He nods at you and he just leaves.
Yeah, I nod to him too. No, I follow him.
You follow him? Yeah?
I do that.
You follow him outside? So Thomas, Mr. Svensson. Mr. Svensson.
Yeah, Thomas, Miss Svensson. Can I have a
He
minute?
turns. What do you want, Sean?
I can't even say how much of a misuse of power that was. How much that was a kick in the teeth to both the Brujas and the Gangrels.
He has chosen his path now, Sean.
He has.
And so must we.
Where do you go from this?
There are 2 ways.
Because I need to tell you, I need to remain in the good grace of the powers that is. I need to find out what happened to Dean. I need to play the part of the...
He grabs you, like,
the
actually
assistant.
like fatherly on the shoulder. Sean, grandchild, they killed him for something he didn't do because of the laws.
Because of the laws.
They lay on us. The laws of him and them. killed him.
And it also killed his child. The same laws.
The laws. He's almost like he spits. I'm tired on the laws, Sean.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
tired of this world, and I'm tired of how they toy with us. I fought, and I have lost.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna leave. Choose a new leader. He looks at you. Choose another way for this family and the gangrel. I will not take part in the things to come. I am done with it.
I understand.
If we kill each other over stupid laws that are faulty and treacherous,
These laws were used against us in a very, very, very intelligent way.
I will have none of it. I am done. In the nights to come, I will celebrate, we will hunt, and I will leave. Choose another. I am done. He may have it. He always wanted it. I am done with this. Politics. Almost like he growls.
I will promise you that. I will find out who is behind the plot that killed Dean. Because the prince was just a tool. He was just a hammer. He was trapped within his own laws.
But he carries the crown, and instead of humility and mercy, he time and time again chooses the axe. Perhaps that's what happened then is finally happening now.
Could be.
We can't outrun our faith, Sean. My time has caught up with me. And there is no changing that.
Can I ask you, have you ever come across a name, Mr. E?
And he's like, no.
No. I wish you could stay for a bit more, because I would really like to learn more about Dean.
I have a few nights. As I said, we will hunt. There will be need to pick a new leader.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if I can hunt with those. I need to.
Then you will hunt with me.
I will need to play a charade to get in the good grace of the sheriff and of the prince. I need to get that information.
You are playing with vipers, Sean. You will get bit.
I've always been playing with vipers.
They are treacherous.
Of course they are.
They lie with both sides of their mouths. They speak only untruths.
And that is why it is equally important to find the truth in this.
I'll give you a week, and then I will leave. You and the rest of the family need to choose another. I am done with this world.
That I can respect. What I can't respect is those who will force their own freedom upon us. You can't switch one tyrant for another and call it freedom.
My soul and my mind is heavy with the thoughts of this night. And the future to come is a young kindred's game. I have lived a life by the old rules. And the old rules stole my child, disgraced my name and my house. Ask of me no more. The future is you to decide, Sean.
I will clean the name of our family.
He taps you very actually like grandfatherly on the shoulder.
That is my quest, if I can call it that.
Give me a night and then come find me. I need to clear my mind.
Of course. In one night, we will hunt together. And we will speak of the stories.
He taps you again, and you see a very like a broken old wolf, like a timber wolf. Like just like this world, I'm done with it. They just betray, they just lie. He's like followed the rules his entire life, and this is what it gives him. And he's like, nah, I'm done. I'm done with this shit.
Godspeed, grandsire.
He nods and he walks off. You see Muriel comes running after, like, and Bob the dog. It's like, where's he going? What the fuck was that? They are now, like, just pumping up their goddamn numbers. Like, Bob the dog. What the fuck is this shit?
It's shit.
I'm about to tear Adventure's ass into fucking pieces.
Then we have a war.
Well, maybe it's fucking about time. You see Muriel? Please. Bob, not now. This is not the place for such horrible words. Calm yourself. Don't show weakness. Please, she looks at you. Let me calm down. The Bob. The Bob.
I will go in and converse with my coterie. I leave them.
She looks actually genuinely concerned because, like, Bob looks like he's, like, about to go full fucking fangs on someone and claw. Like, you can hear him, it's almost like he's growling, like, bent over how angry he is.
I go back inside.
Inside, on the other hand, the room is bananas. This memorial shifted a little bit.
Yeah, it
So-
kind of went from a funeral to a baby shower. In the most horrific way.
You, Siobhan, you see Diana. Oh, he did he?
I was about to ask because if I was holding her hand to like give the reactions as he was speaking.
No, you said she almost crushed your hand.
Yeah.
You could feel that. Right.
I don't know what to say.
I have no words for that. So, sweetest grandchild, I'm gonna make my leave. I feel like this is a disgrace of a memory of Aiden. And I will not partake in this.
This has nothing to do with him. This has nothing to do with honoring him or any of them.
This is a whip. I need to gather myself. I need to gather myself.
Can you allow me one thing, Diana? Can we gather at your house tomorrow?
Of course we can, child. Just leave me be now.
Of course.
You see the Moravian Premier just standing over the Well, I think that's quite rational. Yes, we need to show strength. Yes, we agree.
Sorry, who was this?
The Malkavian Primogens.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought you said. I just...
Yeah, they were like, yes, he needs to show strength. This makes perfect sense to us. They see no problem with this.
If I've looked at the Nosferatu.
Yeah, that's a little bit different situation.
Yeah. Do you want me to roll on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the meantime, at the same time, we're gonna go with Chris. How's he feeling about this?
First, he's gonna like everyone else buzzing. He's gonna stand still. Just gonna look down for a little bit, and he's just gonna small, like shake of his head, like. And he's gonna make a conscious effort to actually pull air into his lungs and out again, and give a sigh.
What did he just do?
I mean, it's not stupid to increase the went-through number. That part is good, right? The not
It's the
spreading it
rest.
around. It's like stopping at that. Sometimes it's sometimes better to keep power by making yourself not more physical. Like others become more. Yeah, there might be come your enemy. They might be go after you, but give them what they want. Even if that makes it stronger, and then handle that shit later instead.
Oh, it was very clear he was not going to do that.
Oh yeah, no. It's he's desperate. That's what he is, and he's making stupid moves. And he's gonna end up getting exactly the opposite of what he wanted.
It feels like, as I'm thinking from a young kid's point of view, this is bad.
It's like typical. He's the boss, and he wants to make it. I've seen stuff like that in Mafia as well, and if you got the power to like enforce the fallout of it, yeah, sure, it might work. But what he really has to do now is essentially, if this had been a mob situation, he'd have to wipe out the Brujas and gangrels to send a message to the rest. That's essentially what he'll have to do to ensure staying in power, or at the very least, yeah. Enough of them to make any sort of thought of rebellion dead. And Chris is not quite convinced that the Brewer hasn't had a finger in this hidden enemy attack anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you look towards them?
You probably can. Okay, it's going to check out everyone's reaction. Like, Bruja, gang, most of them stormed off pretty fast. He's got that. Bruja, and he also Nosferatu, because this is going to creep into their power as well. I mean, they're still going to be the most numerous clan.
Well, now the Nosferatu is equal to the Ventrue.
Okay, yeah. So it's interesting seeing their response as well. But let's start with the Brua.
Yeah, because we're going to do the Nosferatu with Shiv. You see her Emmanuel. That's what. Am I saying her name wrong? Am I saying her name wrong? Catalina, sorry. Not Emmanuel. Catalina Modoc. She is standing like this, and she is, if you could see something like smoke. She is like, even like Big John. He's like behind her, and he's like just looking at the ground, and she's like, okay. And then she sees you looking at her.
And
she looks you up and down.
Yeah, and when she does, I'm gonna make it again. I'm gonna look towards where the prince stood, and I'm gonna shake my head. I'm gonna actually communicate that I disapprove of his decision.
Well, actually, we're gonna do a little bit before we're gonna go to Siobhan. She actually she walks on the way out. Actually, right before she's gonna pass Sean on the way in. She looks you up and down. That's your bloodline. How proud you must be.
I look up at her. Let's just say that it certainly says something about time and age. And then how tragic it was that it lost this city and this my clan suffered were that of child. And
Your
not
clan suffered.
and
She
not
laughs.
and not. I fear, however, that people will be making rash and stupid responses to this.
Well, let's just say that's who leads us. Mr. Masters, she says.
Yes, and this is what is being led.
Buonanotte, she says, like Italian to with a Spanish accent.
I give her a smile.
Mr. Masters.
I give her a smile, and when she walks away, thinks, "They're all gonna die. It's the only way." And I'm just the people who's gonna do it.
She passes you, Sean. You know where to find me. She just passes you.
No, actually, I don't. Where do I find
She
you?
turns around. John picks up a note with a phone number. Now you do. Don't be a stranger. We have things to talk about, you and I.
We probably do.
She walks off. In the meantime, Siobhan has been looking at the Nosferatu.
She rolled 3 successes and then a skull, a red skull. So I'm not sure how you want it because it says that.
You can take a stain.
Okay.
Because you can do that because you don't want to freak out in here.
No.
You just swallow your mischievous behavior down in the basement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Because you like
it says that it's based on what
popular for this setting, and I was like, you can't freak out in it. It's like that's so bad. You're in Elysium.
Yeah, because it's funny when I'm reading at it. It just says that if it has to be something with the difficulty that you set for this.
Yeah. And what did you roll?
I rolled 3 and then that on top.
Well, then it's and you'll just get a stain. Just.
Mm-hmm.
You see, all of them look a little bit surprised, and even like the Queen of Bones, like the Keeper of Secrets, she's like, and it looks like they're a million miles. You see again, the sheriff, on the other hand, if a skull could smile, it does. The Black Lily, she wears a veil, so no expression there. The Keeper of the Elysium, Molly, she walks around, is like just checking to see if anybody's freaking out too much. She will have no fighting in her house. The Sheriff guides, then takes the arm of the Black Lily and seems to be wanting to walk her out. The Crow immediately walks over to Hashimoto. And the Queen of Bones is making her way over to you.
Okay. Who's closest to me? Alexander is now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just... Do I still have Trixie in my other hand?
Yeah!
Okay.
She's like, Oh no.
Yeah, I'll go over to Alexander, and I guess Trixie's primogens, if they're still gathered in a little.
No, they think they've done.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
like, yes, we're happy with this.
Okay. I'll go over to Alexander. Turn my back towards her.
No, but she's coming.
Okay, then I don't. But what's on the? Where is? Okay, if I want to get.
Well, you see Christopher standing, and Sean is coming in.
Well,
You can bloop around, drag Trixie with you. And do
yeah,
that.
I will do that. So I'll because my whole idea is to dodge her, not to.
Okay.
Can I?
Just that. Come.
I'm actually going to look for Shiv now.
Yeah, you see, she's got like mad dogging you, and like with Vale and Trixie dragging, going.
Yeah, I'm hurrying all I can.
I'm like waving. Like I give her a wave if you. And I'll walk. Take a few steps back.
You see then like the Queen of Bones is like backing up, like.
Chris sees that, right? I don't because I'm.
No, and then Sean, you also see it because you're also actually now coming up towards him.
I go up towards the both of them.
Is she still there?
Backing off.
Shiv.
Okay.
How
Thank you.
fucked are we all now?
Yeah. That's one thing, but one thing other. Shiv, I suggest we're going to need all the allies. We should get the allies we can. You should, in suitable time, if you want to, you should probably accept the crow's invitation. But also, we might try to use this situation to get...
Maybe not talk about it here?
I'm whispering into... We need to talk about...
Maybe go somewhere else and have this conversation?
Let's go.
And I thought...
Get a
you
car.
Mr. Politics.
He
is obviously distressed.
But you can see, you can see his cogs are going.
Yeah.
His eyes are dotting.
So
Sean looks
car
very
and
serious.
Get a car and drive to the velvet rope, and go there. I'll meet you there. Because I might have this might solve your problems, plural.
To the velvet robe. I'm going to start calling it that. Yes.
No, you're not.
Robe.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No.
And
it looks like a robe.
Is JJ still here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna walk over to her. May I have a word?
Of course. I didn't know this.
No. Well.
I didn't know this.
She
almost looks like she's sweating, but she can't sweat. But she's like, I didn't know this. I should have known this. I didn't know this.
He's desperate. Look.
This is dangerous, what he's done.
Yeah, and he's gonna need... You should... I don't know if you have his ear at all anymore, if he doesn't confine his place, his complete solo game, because he doesn't trust anyone, but you need to talk to him. You should try to convince him, because right now, the way
I see what's happening.
Yeah.
I am not...
If he wants to stay in power, those two are not enough. If he wants to stay in power, he needs to ensure the backing of the Nosferatu at the very, very least.
I know that. Don't you think I know that? Just like,
The Queen of Bones wants a child. Convince him to let her embrace one as well, to even out the numbers and give them back their edge. Convince him. You must.
That is crazy.
Of course it's crazy, but it's...
Christopher.
Of course it's...
That is nuts. He's not even gonna contemplate that. He is terrified of the strength of the Nosferatu.
Yeah, but right now he's going to lose his head to the alliance between the Bruja and the Gangrel. They're going to lop his fucking head right off.
I'll try. I don't think any is going to come of it.
No, but... and God knows how the Toreador is going to fall, but... Without the Nosferatu, he's certainly gone for it. And if that happens... We need to talk. We need to talk in private.
We need to talk.
Tomorrow night?
Me and you need to talk, she said.
Yeah. Now or tomorrow night?
Did you see this? What happened in this room this night?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you loved Ophelia, like I loved Ophelia, we fucking need to talk.
I need to talk to my country first. meet me. What time is it now?
1.
3 o'clock at Miss Master's house.
Deal.
And then I go to the
She
velvet
said.
rope.
Fuck. All 3 of you go directly to the velvet rope.
Mm-hmm.
With Trixie in hand. Trixie's very quiet. She seems like she's shut down in herself.
We'll park her at the bar with some bubbles.
Probably.
She looks almost like she's like catatonic.
Yeah.
I think on the way in, I'm guess
You're
if I'm
first, yeah.
yeah, I'll still have her hand. Trixie girl. And I stop and I try and like hold her head. Trixie?
Hmm?
Yeah. Here?
I want to go to the other place.
You want or you don't want?
I want to, so I'm gonna go.
Do you need?
Just. You see her eyes roll back in her head and they roll back and then there's just like the large weird eyes again and she just like walks beside you. You don't feel she's there. Her body is there, but
Yeah.
she's not there.
Okay, so there's no okay.
No. It's a defense mechanism of some sort.
Yeah. No, I will actually take her upstairs. And I will put her in a good...
Clearly she trusts you because she's willing to be placed anywhere.
I'm placing her in one of the chairs in his living room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the other boys arrive.
We can just march right in.
Mm.
Sure.
No, of course you can't. You have to beer.
But I'm doing all that. I'm letting her.
Yeah. And so there you are.
No, that went tits up and ass up at the same time.
Yeah, and he's clearly scared. If it's purely because he's afraid he's losing grip in the city, or if it's something more that he's beginning to suspect that there's something more behind. If he's starting to have any idea of this hidden enemy, I don't know. But he had not talked to this, even with, or explained that anything like that, even to within his own clan. I mean, JJ knew nothing.
Oh, that is so bad on his behalf.
But the problem...
Did you?
No, I had no idea. Fuck, I talked less to him than I've talked more with the bloody primogen of the bloody brewer than I've talked to him. That's... yeah. But, okay. I tried to convince JJ to use whatever political clout she had to get the Queen of Bones sanctioned to have a child, to try to at least placate the Nosferatu.
Oh, that will be 8 noses.
Yeah. We'll weed those out later. Don't worry about that.
Why do you want to pursue that now?
I want to pursue both things for your part. I don't want to, but if you want to avoid this whole avoid a whole war tearing this city apart, the current regime will need to support the Nosferatu. Otherwise, the Brua and the Gangrel will attack.
No, but they're too few in numbers.
Not if the Ventrue stand alone. Then they can take out the prince, a couple of more loyalties, maybe lose 1 or 2 on their own on the way, and the city will be even more turmoils. And whatever this hidden enemy is played at will succeed. The city will burn, and we're all fucked. They don't have to win a war. They just have to. All they need is for everyone else to not do anything. For the Toreador, the Malkavians, the Nosferatu to stand still while they take out the prince.
Didn't seem to care. It seemed that they seemed fine with it.
Yeah, that might be.
Well, they're mad.
But they might also not be interested in getting drawn into a civil war and just let them sort it out. That's its only. But by the way, and that's as a small gesture to my sire to try to save the head of her sire. Getting the Nosferatu to not actively go move against him might be the only way to save him and save his existence. That's
you
that.
think that they will...
If they continue to have their advantage, if they can continue to have that, they are less likely to at least back a different horse. They already have. They have the at least the sheriff as well. They have power. That, along with a few numbers, might placate them enough. And another thing is, though, you should probably consider accepting the Crow's deal. I'm not saying this.
If you're trying to get the Nosferatu a child, then why Queen of Bones? Why not Sakura? Why not the Crow? Why?
Because if you want
the
to,
same-
she's already been embraced. If you think we can pull it off as embracing later, sure, you could go for that. But I don't think that's going to work. They're probably going to want to vet whoever's going to be embraced and make sure that this doesn't end up with a similar snafu that we did.
And you think that Queen of Bones would have a suitable subject for that lined up? I doubt it.
Probably not. She's probably accepted whatever the hell they give her. She just wants a kid. I mean, fucking, you could probably. I mean, if you could pass a straw figure after it, I'm sure they would.
Pig in a blanket.
Yeah, pig in a blanket. That would be good enough for her. She wants what she wants. I don't think there's much rationality behind that. Her eyes when she went to see you were completely Looney Tune.
Poor Queen.
But
Well, of course, you could try that. You could talk to them about maybe getting them to getting the Crow to give it rights to embrace and try to pass it off that. If that works, you could try that by all means. But I personally don't think that's going to work. But you could try it. What you could end up though is, if this goes right, you could end up placating them both. You can fulfill both their wishes, leaving you with two strong allies, two people strong. Well, actually, three, since Hashimoto is in this as well.
If
That
we
will
are
owe you.
agreeing to accept the terms by the Crow, he said he would deliver me whatever she has.
Yeah.
A little...
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I'm not talking about getting her a
Immediately.
child for getting you what you
So-
want. That's not the important thing. The important thing is, in that sense of word, is that she thinks she can thank you for it, and thus you're on her good graces.
But if he, however he is planning on getting what I want from her, if that is gone, then wouldn't you be a little suspicious if you were her?
Do you need it gone? Do you think he would steal it from her, or do you think he would buy it from her?
I don't know. I
Well, you
honestly
could find
don't
out.
know.
But quite frankly, I sort of still think it's a long shot that the prince would even see reason in that sort of deal. I don't think he's going to do it. I think he's too far gone in paranoia for you with that. Quite frankly, I think it would best of all would if he had heeded the call and gone back home.
yeah,
Like someone else has.
the problem now is that the Bruja, they're two. The Gangrel, in a week, will be 3. It's 5 rebels. That's not enough to start a war.
No, it's not enough to start the war, but it might be enough to make an assassination. It's certainly enough to start the problem.
If they have the backing from whatever enemy is outside.
I don't trust the Bruja.
Me neither.
And I don't trust that they're already not involved in some way. If it's either a cat's paw from an enemy from back when, from whatever happened in the old country, or if this is more a hostile takeover or move of someone else, some other form of power from outside, if it's the Kaitif or something else.
Yeah, but the Brujas and the Gangrels, they don't have the power to back up an assassination. They can't take over the city.
No, they can't take it over, but they can leave it to the
I mean, the only
Nosferatu
ones...
to make the new. I mean, if all they want is him gone, it's not the same as wanting to rule.
Because the only ones that I can see ruling is the Nosferatu. You're handing them the power. This action of our prince.
Unless he's actually
It will
gambling
only
on.
feed-
I mean, I'm gonna assume that these two are outsiders. These are not neonates. These are not children recently embraced.
They didn't really look like it.
No, these are heavy hitters and forces brought in from outside.
Well, that's proper.
For all we
fight.
know.
That puts the gangrels and the Brujas in a even more weak spot.
It's also a massive insult.
It's a big proper fuck you to the so-called lore clans. It's a fuck you to the Nosferatus as well.
To everyone.
Yeah. So the question then is, how can one unite all against him to get elected a new prince or something? Because this is madness.
Yeah, the one problem there. Actually, two problems there. One,
It's not a democracy.
yes, yeah, that's that. But I mean, sure.
not a
I mean, the sword
democracy.
Damocles hangs over him. You just chop it off and he hits him. Getting rid of the prince worries me. In that case, worries me less than the fallout of electing a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That worries
That
me.
will
That
be
part
the
worries
War
me
of the
more.
Roses.
Yeah,
And at that point, the Nosferatus win if they want the crown.
Yes, if they want the crown. Though, how smart of them to try to stay like having prince, sheriff. I mean,
Yeah.
they could easily
That's
find themselves
tyranny.
in the same sort of way of pissing off the rest.
Yeah.
That's the prince has done now.
Prince, sheriff, and keeper of secrets.
Yeah, right. I mean, would that be accepted? Would no probably short. I mean, there's a reason why there's a Ventrue ruling now as well. It's been a merit before, but also not the most powerful clan.
But who can contest them if they wanted to?
To potential, I mean, there's enough of those who can lead, who would lead well. That's another question. Like I said, it's too damn shame that it was Ophelia that passed and not him. She would have served better on the throne.
Yes, actually, it's that actually stings right now because you like the way she would lead and the mentor she was for you.
Because this man is batshit bonkers.
I think he's
grieving. He's not thinking clearly.
not thinking clearly. That's right, and I think it's grievous one thing, but I also fear that old wounds have reopened and.
In other words, batshit bonkers.
So yeah, but I'm gonna meet up with JJ later, the two of us, and have a.
Yeah. I think I'm
Discussion.
going to call the Bruja Primogen and have a chat with her to see the lay of the land.
Well, at least you two can walk safely. I mean, they might not be able to get out to the prince, but if they're angry enough, they might decide to hurt him in other ways.
Well, you're too
no.
insignificant, Chris. So I wouldn't.
It would mean one less Ventrue, wouldn't it?
Again, what can you do? And I'll do a little cheeky grin at him.
Well,
Yeah, what you gonna do? Act a fool.
yeah, I got a plan.
Of course
stay
you
alive.
do.
You'll be
at
fine,
least.
Chris. I'm sure of it.
You always got a plan.
But I will call for a meeting with the Crow tomorrow. Do you guys want to participate or not? I'm thinking if you want a piece of the deal, you should be there.
Yeah, I want to be.
bring
I
your
want.
own-
I didn't want to be there originally. I wanted to stay in the shadows, but right now I think it's sort of
I think
more
you
essential
need
for me
be
to
there.
get him some, like,
Yeah.
gain some trust and allies
Clout.
outside my clan.
Yeah.
And I
Because
think
when this storm is
think
over, I
this
intend to be
family-
standing.
This family needs to stay together.
Yes.
If we want to find out what truly happened to Osiris and unmask this hidden enemy, yes. If we really want to stay alive and not being used by others as some sort of paw in their whatever petty grievances they have, yes, most definitely. If we want to forge our own way and our own destiny, yes, definitely.
I will send you the details.
Good.
Sweet.
What difference a day makes.
Or a night.
Or not. Well, I think actually we're going to stop this episode there. I know.
But there is so much information. I think it's
This-
okay.
I
Yeah.
think
It's-
I
we
think
have-
my
we-
brain got numb.
Yeah, I think this is like a good point to just like gather oneself, look at what had happened, and take
panic.
a breather, and panic, and get a chance to plot and plan. Because yeah,
Shit got
I've-
easier.
I just start moving pieces on the board because I want to play.
Yep.
This is so
We
bad.
can't wait forever.
This is so bad.
Can't wait forever.
This is so
We can't
bad.
wait forever. It's shit's gotta happen.
It's true.
It's not the city in good times and nothing never really happened. It's a city in peril.
Yeah, I was
And
I was
also
wondering how that
it's-
was supposed to happen.
Yeah, and it's also called the Tower, so maybe you should look up the meaning in the tarot card deck. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think there will be excrement in the air ducts.
Yeah, so this was super interesting. I'm so curious to see how you guys are gonna maneuver this
Manure.
manure that just happened, and I'm curious to hear what you guys, the viewers, think. What should they do?
Yeah.
What should they do?
Please give some advice.
They need.
I mean, Chris is going. Well, not Chris. Taya, he's going home. Well, you are home, but you're probably going to come out with 3 different sheets of paper with the dots kind of things for the next.
Well,
I
one thing I'm
have-
certain of, this is going to end with someone dying. It's just a question.
I have
Just one?
a suspicion what he's gonna do. I'm so curious to see if he's gonna do what I think he's gonna do. We'll see. I don't want to know. Don't tell me because I have an idea. Well, but I'm curious what you guys, the viewers, think. What are they gonna do? What should they do?
Act a fool.
Act a fool. Should they play possum? Should they put the head in the sand? Should they rally? Who should they align themselves with? Should the Queen of Bones get a pig in a blanket? Should she not? Who knows? We'll see next time.
Yes, we will.
Help!
We will.
I hope.
And as always, press
Thank
the
you for the
buttons
love.
and the comments and the likes and the shares and stuff and things. And I need a beer.
All right. Good night.
Good
Stay
night.
safe.
Good night.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Ba-ba-ba.